Childers, a sleepy town 30 minutes drive west from the coast. Truck drivers are familiar with the Bruce Highway that passes right through it. I, however, was becoming familiar with the sporadic bursts of heavy rainfall. The frogs and toads seemed to like it though. They would come out in full force whenever the heavens opened. Australia Day soon arrived and the local pub had it all going on. Of course, whenever there's an event like this, Mother Earth likes to throw a spanner in the works. Nevertheless, people's spirits weren't broken, so the mud crab racing could begin. I wasn't too sure what to expect, but once the first one kicked off, it was pretty self-explanatory. I felt a bit sorry for the little fellas, but it's a tradition, so you've got to respect it. I was, however, getting absolutely soaked standing there, so I headed inside. There was a lad called Jimmy Judge doing an eating challenge. He goes around the country visiting places that have their unique and big dishes. It was a really good atmosphere in there, with everybody cheering him on. A few of us from the farming hostels spent our day off on Sunday climbing an ancient, inactive volcano called Mount Walsh. It was a lovely place, with its wildflowers and good views. As we climbed, the track became harder until some points were literally vertical. The short bursts of rain made it slightly dangerous, but I loved it. Occasionally, someone shouted, "Rock!" and one would fly past your head. In hindsight, we should have done it a bit differently. There's our cars, just down there. The track remained uneven, rocky, and wild. Climbing over boulders made it seem like a proper expedition. The stones were still wet and slippy from the rain, but that didn't stop us. Finally, greeted by a fresh breeze, we reached the top. Something slightly annoying happened, however. My phone ran out of battery right here, so I've got no footage of the top. It was truly magical. Archaic rock formations where lava once was, huge canyons and out-of-this-world trees and flowers. I would definitely recommend climbing to the top if you were ever in the area. Anyway, let's continue. I had a few more days of fruit picking to do. I enjoyed it overall. It was hard work with very early morning starts, but it was good to work outside. But now the day had come. After 1 month here, I was off on the next part of the journey. I spent some time deliberating which direction to go. I wanted to head north, but the rain was terrible this time of year, and I had already come from the south. After making my mind up and waving to the road that led to the farm, I entered into uncharted territory, northbound. Side note, these tins of fish are my new favourite things, very easy to have with pasta or rice. I made some sandwiches before I left, so a few hours in, I tucked into one. Along some of the roads are these trivia signs, which I think is a really good idea. I didn't know what was mined at Mount Perry. I think I guessed opal. The actual answer, as you can see, was gold, so the more you know. The rain was on and off as I drew closer to Rockhampton City. I found this free campground full of muddy puddles and thought about what to do next. I was waiting for my fruit picking money to come in, but for the time being I didn't have much at all, which made this fallen fruit look even tastier. With further research I discovered it was poisonous. As I've said before in nature, red means dead. Now it's time for cooking with no idea. Salt makes anything taste better, so this wasn't too bad to be honest. Quite filling. I had been in Rockhampton City for about a week and had now secured a bar job. This meant I could afford being in an actual campsite with no mud and even buy a little table. As I said earlier, these tinned fish are awesome, easy, tasty, and can be eaten with most things really. It's a peculiar place, this campground, with outdoor bird cages and quaint little gardens. There's lots of mushrooms, which I'm not even going to research if edible. White stems, cap and gills are a no-go. There's a few kookaburras around, which I've been told are the devil, along with cockatoos and parakeets too. And here's my little spot, with Rita the RAV4. Time for one more meal. Because my fridge only works when the car is on, I had to use all of this cheese. Now, if you think this meal looks dry, it's because it was. But it did the job and I was pretty content after eating it. Anyway, I'm here for a few more weeks, then who knows where.